Welcome to the 3Gen podcast. We are three generations of
life,
love,
and legacy.
And we're hoping to foster meaningful conversations that bridge generational gaps, sharing diverse perspectives and experiences to promote understanding, empathy, and connections across different age groups.
We are three generations of life,
love,
and legacy. Hello, hello. How are you all?
Hello, and welcome back.
How are you all today?
I'm well.
I'm good. I'm a little under the weather, but all is well. I'm pushing through.
I think everybody getting under the weather lately.
Yeah, the bug is out there.
Yeah. For sure.
I missed the gym 2 days straight because I just didn't want to mingle with the congregation.
Yeah. Everybody at work is sick. It's just out there.
Everybody I know is pretty much sick.
Yeah.
So
everybody protect yourselves.
Mask up.
Drink plenty of fluids, vitamin C. Take care of you.
For sure.
Because it's real.
It is real. And with the changing of the weather, it can be hectic.
The weather is so bipolar. I really think that's what it is. It's like 1 minute it's cold, the next minute it's hot, it's raining, it's snowing, and that's going on everywhere.
Well, one thing about it is still winter, so the season is the season.
Yes.
And you just have to take it for what
it's
it
winter,
is.
but it was like 70 or 80 degrees just last week.
And it will be next week. Right now, we're just got to go with the flow, and you got to keep your body temperature the same. And as she said, drink plenty of fluid and be aware of your surroundings.
It's hard to do that when you wake up in the morning and it's like you dressing for one occasion. During the day, you got to pull off layers, but by nighttime, it's like you got to put back on layers. It's just too much.
I layer up every day.
Yeah, just layer up.
You be hot, sweat.
Yeah, but I layer up every day. It's easier to take off than to be somewhere freezing. When I get cold to the bone.
Exactly.
So,
You stay cold too, Granny.
Yeah, you stay cold.
I stay cold. Yeah, I'm cold now.
But welcome back, guys. We are so glad you guys have chosen to tune in again. Remember to continue to like, share, and subscribe. We really need you to subscribe. If you do not have a YouTube channel, please go and make one.
It takes 5 seconds.
5 seconds. And once you make the channel, then you have the option to subscribe. So subscribe, hit that alert button, and it'll tell you every time we post something new. We appreciate all your comments. We appreciate all your feedback. Keep them coming. If you have questions, if you all have some topics you would like to hear us talk about, if you have some comments on some things that we've already talked about, put them in the comments. We're ready to address your questions and your comments.
And thanks for the phone calls as well.
Yes.
I love the audience. Love it.
All right.
Yes.
I love it. So let's get into it. I want to talk about a little hot topic.
You have a hot topic?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
let's hear it.
You helped me with the hot topic.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So, you sent me an article. You sent both of us an article earlier today, and it was talking about the economy blackout. And I read. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, bro?
Go ahead.
I read majority of the things that you send me. Majority. But this time I just kind of skimmed through because what I thought it was gonna be was like a blackout of like the world, like lights blackout. But it was more of like an economy blackout, like jobs and food sources and everything like that. So what I want to ask though, why are you looking at me like that? I got it wrong.
I just want to make sure you get it right.
Okay. But I don't want to talk about that. What I wanted to ask was, what if it was a blackout, like electricity blackout? How would you all react and what would you all do? And I think let's duly note that I've been preparing you all for this for years.
For a blackout?
Yeah. Y'all told me I was crazy.
You been preparing us for a blackout?
I told y'all that we needed to have safety book bags with things in them for if anything goes wrong. I asked you all, where would be our meeting point? How often would we meet there if we get separated? Y'all don't remember asking these questions?
I don't. Oh. I could be wrong. But to get with you now, do you have an emergency pack in your car?
I do.
So do I.
Mm-hmm.
I had one up until this week, and someone eliminated my emergency pack. But
No.
I came in. I said, "Well, this is my emergency
Granny,
box."
let me
from
tell you what was in
my
her emergency
truck.
pack. 2 bags of granola, a strawberry Fanta, a Pepsi, and what else you had? I think that's it.
A
Just
water,
and
a water.
one baby water. It was a tiny water, not even a full liter.
So what do you
Where's
have
how
in
she
yours?
gonna survive?
What do you? That's maybe what
Snacks.
she need. What do you have in yours?
I have a first aid kit. I have a flashlight. I have a blanket, change of clothes. I have water, food, snacks, all of that. What do you have in yours?
I have a first aid kit. I have water. I have a blanket. I have some peanuts.
It sounds like you just repeating me.
No, I've always had this in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
keep it in
good.
there,
It's needed.
and I have a Pepsi. That's something I very seldom drink. But
But what if we're not in our car or by our car? What if we're in the house, we can't get to it or we can't drive it? We should always have something. I think everyone should just have something just in case.
well, in your house, you're gonna have a blanket, some water, and
But ready to grab, not have to pack up.
So when you think of a blackout, you're saying if we're at home and there's a blackout and we have no electricity,
Anywhere,
we have
like-
no, or if we're somewhere where we can't get back to home, or if we get separated by a tsunami or something. I mean, there's so many different layers to this. There's so many different scenarios.
Well,
So
that's what that
are you-
article today just made me think about. Like, we just have to get prepared for everything. You never know what could happen, when it could happen. I think that what I'm just basically notioning at is we should just be prepared if an event.
okay, Noah, build the ark.
Not build an ark.
Now listen, that article, I think it said, for one day,
Mm-hmm.
not to purchase anything to show the power of the dollar. But
Yeah.
that got you deeper thinking about a blackout nationwide, a tsunami-like situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that we haven't had a tsunami, but we've been without electricity for extended periods of times from hurricanes. I think that
Mhm.
we've lived through floods that we were without electricity and without power and gas and everything for quite some time. And I think that if we're within our home, we're pretty much okay. But now, like you said, if we were to get caught out or separated, or if we were on vacation or something like that and something happened,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Those are conversations that need to be had as to how would we like to proceed, or what would we say if you can get back to this point, for everyone to try to reconvene or to meet. I do agree that those conversations should be had.
I just think that, like I said, I've tried to have these conversations before, but you all looked at me like I was crazy. But now it is crazy times, and we should readdress them. That's all I'm saying.
Well, now, when we are traveling, your mom and I, we haven't
Another junk bag. Another junk bag.
But it's our emergency bag.
Y'all are not gonna survive on Funyuns and almond joys.
You don't know what a man needs. He got water. And
Y'all don't be having no water in
Yes,
the bag.
we keep water. We
It's
keep
always
we
water.
keep the little coffee pods.
We take
You
our
won't
own
keep
have
our cream.
electricity.
Coffee
How are you
Well,
gonna plug the coffee pot in?
Well,
My
we
truck
have
has a
iced
plug.
coffee, whatever.
right.
But we have water. We have tea.
Okay, well, I just think it's
But
something
you're
to
the
think
one that
about.
cleaned it out.
Yeah, because y'all don't need to be eating all
Yeah.
that junk. We just literally had a segment on health. Now, if these people saw that bag, they'll think we was liars. And that don't make no sense.
You didn't have
It's,
to go
it's
through all
not to be
that.
consumed all at one time.
Oh,
we have it
please.
and we partake it. It's
It's
over a
not
period of
one
time. It's
fruit
just-
in the bag. It's not one.
We have a lot
because
of
the fruit are
raisins.
perishable, so we take that in and out.
And we have raisins. We do
And the
have
bananas
raisins.
can't just stay there, but we do. We take our bananas. We have fruit
Okay,
sometimes, we take
okay.
them
I
in and
hear
out.
y'all. Well,
But I do feel that some of it, I think, is just some fear mongers that is going on. I think with all the technology and everything in the world, it'd be hard for me to think that. But I do know that with technology, things can happen.
mhm.
And it's ironic that you said that, because currently, as we speak at work, we're preparing for downtimes because of hackers and stuff like that. So we're preparing for what if one day our system just got wiped out and we couldn't get back
Yeah.
up for a week. How do we treat patients? How do you process this? How do you process that?
Mhm. And
So it's a
that's
real
all I'm
conversation.
saying.
Yeah.
Better safe than
Emergency
sorry.
preparedness. That's
Mhm.
basically what it is. Emergency preparedness, and we should all
Yeah.
be prepared for that day.
Better to be proactive than reactive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
go along with that.
Yes. So this week we are going to be discussing friends and foes.
Mm.
Yes.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to kick it off by asking, what do you all consider a real friend? And do you all still have real friends?
I do. Um, when you say friends, are they lifetime friends? Are they seasonal or are they situational friends? What kind of
I think
friends do you
that's
have?
for you to determine.
And I have lifetime friends, and I do have some seasonal friends.
How do you tell the difference?
I only see them on certain seasons. Uh, oh, and when I say that, because I have a friend that she and I love basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and she and I had season tickets for the Heats.
Mm-hmm. You only
And
saw
we
her
are
that
more,
season.
and we are more when basketball comes. Even though we're in different areas now, we are talking about basketball and what's what. That and to me, that's most of when we communicate.
Well, let me say, when I say seasonal, you know how they say everybody come in your life for a reason or a season. So I mean, like
stay.
people that, like friends that you like, that happened, that was a moment, but we have to cut it. That's what I mean by seasonal. Not like compartmentalizing friends. I think that's more so what you're talking about. And it's good to do that too, because some friends are for certain situations, certain occasions, and some aren't.
I have friends that I only go fishing with.
When the last time you went fishing, Granny?
Well, I haven't been because I'm afraid of the
So you don't
the
talk to them
snakes.
no more?
I speak to them occasionally, and we do talk over media. But
Mhm.
if I'm going to go back down there and I want to go fishing, that's
You
all I
call
need to
them.
say. We're going to do the intercoastal and have a good time.
What about you, Mom?
So I think friends is a real loose term for me.
Mhm.
And I think it's what you define as true friendship and what friends mean to you. I think my friend circle is very small. For me to call you a friend to me is it means something to me. I'm friendly with everyone, but everyone is not necessarily my friend. I do have a lot of acquaintances. I know a lot of people. I'm friendly to everyone, and I just love people.
Mhm.
But my friend circle is small. I do feel like you meet people for different reasons, different seasons, and they're your acquaintances, or you share certain things with them that is for that time and that situation and that place. But everyone, it took years to realize and learn that everyone's not your friend. Everyone that you think is in your corner is not in your corner. Um, and even some people that are in your corner don't necessarily ride for you like you think they ride for you.
That's
So,
very true. That's very true.
but I can't honestly say that when we say friends or foe is kind of like forever an enemy, I think, or something like that.
I didn't even know it was an acronym.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's an acronym, and I don't think I have any foes. I don't think
Forever
I
an
don't have an
enemy.
enemy, or I don't have anyone that I consider an enemy or anyone that I just dislike. I got some people I'm fool with,
Mhm.
but I can be cordial with them. I can be friendly with them, and we can shoot
Yeah.
the shit. But when I'm done, I go about your way, and I don't have to see you again until we happen upon each other again. So I don't have
Well,
any enemies, but
yeah. I don't think I have any enemies neither. I wouldn't go as far as to say enemies, but it's definitely some people who I feel I don't ever have to talk to again. Or I'm pretty sure they don't want to talk to me again. So,
I don't think I have any like that. That you know, when
I
I
don't
see
know.
them, I can cut up. I think with just about anybody, and I can
but
be
it's
nice
I
and
think
cordial with anybody.
but okay, when I'm talking about friends or foe, we can go ahead and blend into any circle. We can move around, we can be cordial, but I'm talking about the people who you really enjoy sharing your time with. To me, that's who I consider a friend. Not people I
Right.
have to fake a smile when I'm with, or I'm like, oh, let me get my energy up because I know I'm gonna need it for this person. But people I'm genuinely happy to see, people I'm genuinely care about, genuinely I know care about me. That's what I consider a friend. Now,
That's
when I say foe, I'm not talking about like deep arch enemies. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
But just people who, you know, you got to keep them on a short leash. You can't let them run around.
And you know, you talked about compartmentalizing friends.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that a long time ago that all your friends are not going to be the same, and all of them. One friend can't fulfill all the things that you need in a friend or every role. So people are in boxes, or different friends are for different things. You might have a friend that like to gamble. That's who you go to the casino with. You might have a friend that's your turn up friend, but you know can't hold water, and it's not malicious or intentional, but you just know they're a talker. But so you learn how to deal with the people that you love in the compartment.
That's what you always say. Learn people and treat them accordingly.
That's my thing. You learn them and you treat them accordingly. You don't turn away from them, especially if they bring value in your life. If you enjoy them when you're with them, take that for what it's worth. Because you're not going to find everything in one person, and you're not everything that person needs. So you have to take that and take it in strides. But now when you get around with somebody and everything about them just rubs you the wrong way, or you can't feel their energy, you can't, then that's when you have to realize that, you know what, I'm good with this person.
How do you cut strings with people like that, though? Because, I mean, I've had some people I consider friends, and we started off on that, you know, deep relationship type energy. And then over the years, I guess with growth and just, you know, I guess we just kind of fell out of the friendship, but then it's like you kind of want to keep things alive just based off of time, history. But at the same time, it's like both of y'all know that this ain't...
It fell off. And I don't think nothing has to be said. Like you said, both of y'all know.
But what if there is something that has to be said? Because the other person just doesn't seem to know. They keep inviting you places, going, like... But you know that you're not being true to yourself or this person, because now you just kind of upholding the friendship just based off of history. How would you all handle that situation?
You know, don't ask us, because that's a problem you have.
Well, many people have that problem.
For me now, I know who my first best friend was.
Hold on. Wait. Let her get her
I know who my first best friend was. I know where I met her. Today, she's still my friend. I don't talk to her. I haven't talked to her in about 4 years, but I consider her as being one of my best friends from childhood. Now, I have some more people that I thought were friends that I just cut them off silently.
What does that mean? You ghosted them? Do you know what ghosted means?
No, what does ghosted mean?
That you just stopped communicating with them. Like cold turkey, they're calling you, but you're not picking up. They're texting you, but you're not answering. So you just went ghost.
All of that. I stopped picking up them. When I found out they were not in my corner, and they were just a little too messy. I can go along with a lot of stuff. But when I find out you're just too messy, then you gotta go. And I.
But don't you think it's worth the conversation if that was your friend? Why would you ghost them?
Why would they do what they? Why would they do what they do? Why you continue to cut the food with me? I mean, if I know you, apparently you know me.
So you saying what's understood don't need to be talked about? Like you know what you did.
That's right.
And we just gonna go with that.
And the same person I'm speaking of. When you started college, she started selling Avon. I bought Avon from her. You had graduated from college before I got to Avon. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, I ghosted her.
I think when it comes to these conversations, because I'm a person too that for me, the fallout with you, I don't have to have a knockout fallout drag out talk. Really, and mentally, when I just kind of disconnect, I disconnect. When I want to have the conversation with you is when I want to savage the friendship. I think all relationships should be able to go through some ups and downs, some hard times, some difficult and crucial conversations. But those are conversations worth having because you love that person and you want a change in that person, or you see that something about your situation can get better. So those are conversations worth having. But to just be swapping insults and lies and jaw-jocking and this and that, I think that escalates the problem and there's no resolve. So I think it's better that, I just stop, you'll miss me before I
And
miss
that's
you.
what I decided. You will miss me. The first time I heard my dog bark was when that particular person came to my house. I never heard Fudge bark until that person came to my house. And I just said, I'm not even home, Yeah. When I reached the conclusion, it's hard for me to cut a person off. And
it's getting easier for me.
It's hard for me to cut a person off because I try to understand why a person would do what they do, because sometimes it comes from childhood, sometimes it comes from parenthood or whatever. And I think there's a reason. But when I can't find that reason, it's time for you to go.
Yeah. I think that you all do kind of struggle with cutting people off.
I don't struggle with it.
I mean,
I don't struggle
I
with
think
it.
that
I
you
think
all
I've
have
gotten
gotten
better.
better. I was just about to say, yeah, both of you all have gotten better.
tonight I think I'm too good at it.
I mean, join the winning team.
I think, but for me, I think that I was want to be a people person. Like I said, I've entertained Ursula a long time, but I've always enjoyed friends and fellowship and company, and because I was an only child. And then I realized that, you know, kindness is a weakness. And I used to pray, and I remembered I used to just pray and pray that I became less sensitive, or that I grew to a point where what people thought of me, or what opinions of me needing people
Validation.
not necessarily validation. I didn't need the validation, but I just liked people. I just liked, and I wanted them to like me like I like them, or consider me like I've always was considered of them, or to be unselfish because I was unselfish. And I had to realize that everybody ain't built like that.
Yeah.
Everybody didn't grow up the same. Some people just not built like that because they've always been in survival mode. So then they don't know how to take givers, because their whole thing has always been, let me get what I can get and store it up. Or they've always had to live. And that's not to no fault or detriment of them. But I had to realize that, you know, that's not my person, or those are not my people. And then I think I prayed for it, and
it went away and jumped on me.
And it did. It's like now my sensitivity is kind of at a... You know, when I love hard. When I let you in my inner circle, you in. And usually, like, I've had friends from high school that are in my inner circle, and, you know, that's my girl, me best friends. That's my friend. I can count on them for any and everything. But
okay, so like you're saying, you've had friends from high school, but how often do you talk to them, and do you feel...
One of them I talk to every day.
And you don't have to talk to your friends every day.
I was going to say that. And it's one thing about me, and I think my friends had to learn this about me, and I have someone now I need to reach out to, because I don't think that she quite get it. And she sent me a message a couple of weeks ago and said, I can't believe you didn't keep in touch with me. And then we said we was going to talk the next day, and we never did. And I love her like a sister.
Is this a new friend?
No, an old friend.
Oh.
But I love her like a sister, and I think she might be going through some tough times or whatever. But I'm not a friend that got to go to the store with you every time you go to the store, that want to go on vacation with you every time you go on vacation, and want to know your every step and move. I'm not a friend that got to talk to you every day.
I don't need that kind.
I ain't never been that kind of friend. But when we get together, it's always like we see each other and talk to each other every day. We going to have a good time. We ain't penny pinching, or it ain't, I'm worried about what you going to think and say, or what you going to think and do. Or when we get together, it's like we're sisters and we friends. Then I have two friends that I feel like I'm my ride or dies, and I talk to them almost every day. Just one time, 2 and 3 times, 4 and 5 times a day, you know.
Right.
We can complete each other's sentences, really.
I think it's important to notice, though, like, when the friendship shifts. Like, I'm not a clingy friend, like, neither. So I understand what you're saying. I don't have to talk to you. You think I'm a clingy friend?
I think you are.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
From what I can just see, I just think you're, you know.
I don't think you're a clingy friend, but what from I observed with you is that you like one-on-one attention when you're with particular friends, and you can tell your energy shifts when you're with certain friends. You can see that, you know, that friend is your person, or that group of people push you in this mood, or put you know that's your circle, that's your group, you know, that's your.
I can agree with that. And that's what I was going to say. I think that friendship works both ways, and you just have to know the demand of your friend and what your friend likes. I'm not a clingy friend. I don't have to talk to my friends every day. When I do talk to them, and I do like one-on-one time, because we have to arrange this, I barely get to see my friends now. So when we get together, I want it to be like we together. I don't want it, and I mean, everybody can come along. I don't mind that. That's not what I mean by one-on-one, but let's take the time to really catch up, to really not just...
no distractions.
Let's not just... And my friends get that, though. They appreciate that. They on the same type of time. So that works for us, and that's just good. But if I had a friend that wasn't on that type of time, then I would have to adjust my wants and needs also to kind of we can meet together in the middle, because if that's the case, that's going to save the friendship. Then I think that that's what it needs to be.
So you said that you don't care about other people coming around. Let's talk about that, because some friends don't really care for you to bring your other friends,
and that's
like
my
outside
problem.
of their circle,
right
around.
Right. And
Well,
I don't
How
like
you
that.
feel about that?
I don't like that.
I don't particularly like that, but I can say I've done this myself, tried to bring my friends together and they've clashed because the personalities are just different. And maybe it is what you said. You're different around certain people. So it's like your energy with one person can be a certain way, your energy with another person can be a certain way. But then you try to bring those energies together and they do clash. So I think that that's why a lot of people are hesitant to do it. But my thing is, if we, like, let's say if I'm going out of town and two of my friends live in that city, I don't have time to see both. We're meeting together. I don't have time for this. Grow up, be grown. We gonna have to have a dinner together, whatever. But I think like bringing people around that you know don't really care for each other, or you know their personalities are gonna clash.
I was gonna say you have to know your friends.
Exactly.
Because I've experienced it on both ends, where it's turned out to be not so good, and where it turns out to good. Here recently, one of my very close friends has a group of friends that she hangs out with for years, went to college with them. Those are her friends.
Right.
But I also respect the fact that those are her friends. Now, we've become friendly, and I do consider them my friends too. They're my girls or whatever. But I don't try to infringe upon her time with her friends. I don't want to be in their group chat. I don't have to be in every conversation. Every time she see them, I don't have to be there. But when they come down and we all get together, we have a good time.
Yeah.
And I genuinely like them. And I think it's reciprocated that they genuinely like me, and we genuinely wish well for each other. But I don't have to. Every time she get with them, I don't necessarily have to be there. And I think that's where friendship go wrong, because they feel like, oh, well, now that she brought me in the group, now they doing something without me, and you mad. And I don't.
But okay, let's say from that scenario, I don't know. I just feel like everybody's grown. Like, let's just act grown. Like, from that scenario, let's say if one of the friends came down and they're like, oh, I heard you like the spa, so let's go to the spa. And they didn't invite the person who is their friend. Do you have to call and be like, hey, so-and-so said, is it okay? Like, do you have to get, like, or you just going?
No, because everybody grown.
Okay, so then when the other friend
just growing, and when they come
so
back,
I've been in situations like that before, and I didn't feel I needed to get your permission to hang out with somebody who you introduced me to. But then that actually cut a friend for me. So how do you all feel about that? Because I think that's crazy.
I think that it depends on the intention of the person doing the invite.
You don't think that's crazy, Granny?
I think it depends on, if all intentions are good, that's crazy. But sometimes people come in to be messy and to destroy your friendship. Sometimes they fall out with that other person that maybe introduced y'all, or because you can't. This group of friends, the person that introduced me to this group of friends is my girl, like my ace boom coon. Like you can't come between that.
We get it.
But if one of those friends that I'm cool with is intentionally just coming at me to F with her, then that's a problem.
Why is it a problem if no, okay. So okay, I get what you're saying. Because
that means you do that to me.
Right.
Don't use me as your pawn. If you're a woman and you got some beef with her, if you got some on your chest, so you can't call me out for a spa date and that's who we getting ready to talk about. No, that's off limits for me.
Well, not necessarily talk about, but okay, what if they fall out but they still want to be friends with you? You gonna cut that person because they're not friends with the main person, even if y'all have made a bond outside of that person?
I wouldn't necessarily cut that person, but this person over here is off limits for me and you to talk about. Or
I mean, no, not to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, don't ask me nothing about them. I ain't even saying talking about them in negative. Don't make me be like, oh, what crazy Raven doing? Raven ain't crazy.
I don't want to talk about my friends to another
don't
friend. Don't talk to me about my neighbors. Don't talk to me about because a lot of people, that's your neighbor. Leave my neighbor alone. Leave my friends alone. Leave my family alone, and leave my church alone.
Okay.
All right now.
Just take that off.
I hope y'all noted that.
Don't talk about your pastor.
Don't talk about my pastor, because my pastor's the best. And don't. It's like to me playing the dozen.
Oh, okay.
You know it rubbing the wrong way, so don't do it. And every time I get with you, you want to talk about Sally Sue. No, I don't want to do that.
So you're not a gossiper, is what you're saying.
I do gossip, but we're not gonna gossip about my
Certain
stuff.
things, huh?
Certain things off limit.
Certain things are off limit.
Okay.
That's like if I invite you to go to church, I can't go, child, because I'm this or that. But you want me to come to your mess. Don't do that, because that's not happening.
Well, what if the person is busy? Now you talking about I'm a clingy friend. That sounds a little clingy, Granny.
No, I have friends that we do certain things together, and I love that. And I have friends that won't do what other friends would do. So I love that too. But when I bring you all together, and because I brought you together, don't mess up my occasion. If you don't like this person, you just sit there and be manable. Don't get messy and try to get something started, because now you're messing up my little activity. You don't mess with I don't like that. If I invite all 4 of y'all for dinner, and once to know that I'm modified, and what you talking to her for? You don't get invited next time. You got to go.
You get cut.
You got to know how to mingle.
You've been uninvited.
You've been uninvited.
You off the island.
You've been voted off the island. I like I said, I have friends, and I've had long-lasting friends.
Me too.
And
I've had some friendships that help.
even with some of my family members, they don't like your friends because they think those friends are going to control you and take something from them. And that's what it's basically all about.
So
You're giving more to that friend than you're giving to me. Why do you like that friend? That's none of your business. That's not any of your business.
Right.
So do you believe that real friends should be able to tell you anything good or bad about you?
Yes. And I should be able to receive it. But I don't think you need to be malicious about it. Because sometimes when I'm talking to you, I don't need your advice. I'm just venting.
But do you make it clear when you're just venting?
Yeah, of course. But now a real friend, they want it for Loretta, and I accept it. I would accept it from you. You see something that I'm going in the wrong, I will accept it. I'm going to always receive it. Now, it may take me a minute to digest it.
Okay.
But I am going to receive it, and I'm not going to be upset about it.
I'm glad you said that minute part. Okay.
After that minute.
Yeah.
Because me and my friend all the time, we joke around and we see people that be looking crazy, or their head looking crazy, or they we be like, she ain't got no friends. He ain't got no friends.
But sometimes people tell people things. Cause I've told a friend something, and they were just like, "No, honestly, they didn't get offended. They were just like, well, that's just how I like it." I said, "Oh, okay. Then wear it the way you like it. Then I told. At least I did my friendship due diligence, and I told you. But hey, if that's your style, that's how you want to rock it. Then rock it, girl.
Now, if you know your friends." You know there's some things you can't tell them about.
That's
so
true.
I mean that's on you. You got to know who you're dealing with.
Okay, so then knowing your friends, if you all had a friend, do you get involved in their domestic affairs if you know something about their significant other, husband or boyfriend?
I don't.
I think it depends on the friend. I have some friends who I feel that I just need to leave it alone. And I have some friends that I feel would want to know and be receptive to knowing. So
what if you don't tell your friend, and this is your friend, not an associate, not somebody, and they found out that you knew all the time and felt like you've been playing in their face or laughing in their face? Because if you don't tell, are you a part of it, or are you just an innocent bystander, or what role do you play in?
I think it's important to like how you tell. Don't tell with stipulations. Like, if you see your girl, man, stepping out or whatever, don't be like, girl, you need to leave him. I would just be like, yo, I saw your person. I just want to let you know with so-and-so. Do the information as you will. But I think a lot of people get offended because it comes with the notion what you should do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The first person to know that somebody's cheating is you. You just don't receive it.
That's not always true.
I don't think so.
I kind of think so.
What, you just got that gut feeling?
I have that gut feeling. But now, I was engaged to a guy, and my best friend, I hadn't talked to her in a long time. She called me Loretta because she had came to my engagement party. She said, his name is so-and-so, right? I said, yeah. She said, I was at the store. She said, and he approached me. She said, apparently he didn't recognize me for being to the engagement. But I received that because I know her.
Did you break up with
And
him?
I know him.
All right now.
You broke up with him?
Yes.
Okay, so when you say that you knew him, like you knew he was a cheater?
I know he was a flirter. He didn't. He approached her. You know, who are you? What's your name? You know, that kind of thing.
So you were gonna marry him, knowing that? If she would never told you that, you would have been okay with that?
Well, ain't nobody else came up to tell me.
But like you just said, you knew.
He's a flirter. He's always popping up. And
Okay. All right. So you
so
received
now you
it.
know that he's not just flirting. So some people just are, sweetheart, this a little casual flirter, but some people
I
flirt
just said
with
breaking up
intention.
right then. I received it, and I knew
Duly
I knew
noted,
instantly.
huh? Duly
I
noted.
instantly knew. Well, this ain't going nowhere.
You had to
Duly
plan your
noted.
exit.
That's exactly what I did.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I mean, you just can't break off something you say you're supposed to be with a person. You just don't break it off 1 minute.
But you knew then.
I knew then.
Okay. Well, you received it.
I did receive it. And thanks for telling me.
I think it depends on the friend and the source too. I think that everybody know their friends. So everybody got a friend that's a little casual. Everybody got a friend that's a little square, a little geekish. Everybody got a friend that's just a homebody. Everybody got a party. Everybody have their circle of different type of friends. So if everybody got their friend too that sweat everybody when everybody like them, everybody want them, everybody tried to holler at them, everybody everybody got their friend.
You
as
can't
well.
hate them for that. You can't
hate them for that. So I think it depends on the source.
That's
Right.
Of how it came at you. But I think that if you call them your friend, like you said, you need to take it with a grain. You need to take it as an alert, if nothing else. If you need to, that's when, to me, your eyes need to be open, or it's a trigger, or it's a warning sign, or it's a red flag that you need to look a little deeper, or it's...
I think it's a red flag on both ends. If your friend comes to you with information and you don't believe the friend, you need to look into that. Why wouldn't I believe her?
I said not believe her. If they come to me.
Well, if they come to you and you have to question whether they're being truthful, whether they're being malicious, whether they're just trying to be messy, I think now it's time to question the friendship too, because why would you question a friend about that?
I didn't say question a friend. I say you know your friend and you know their personalities.
Right.
I think that some things, people like this friend that I have, swear everywhere she go, everybody, husband, man, want to holler at her. It can't happen everywhere you go with everybody. Come on, now I believe in sometimes some people do flirt.
So if that friend,
some flirting is just like, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Hey, baby, and every little thing that you think somebody says to you, you think is flirting, and then some people are just overly trying to be cautious or nice. They call the waitress, sweetheart, baby, give me this, baby, give me that.
So if a friend like that came to you and was like, girl, don't marry that man because he tried to talk to me, how would you receive that?
What he said, girl.
So you wouldn't believe
go
her.
Back and say that, and I'm gonna go back and tell him too that
now you being messy. You cause because that friend's still gonna be around if you ain't gonna cut her off. So now he looking at the friend like
my dude, I got the baby like, look, everybody's an approach and gotta be checked. Like, you came to her such, and this is how she took it. Now, if you ain't mean it like that, you need to go clean that shit up first of all, and you need to cut that out.
And some dude would say, your friend is trying to holler at me. You're not going to confront the friend? You know what how you going to handle that?
Yeah. She get confronted too.
Everybody get confronted. Why hide that? Bring it up. Let's get this thing straight.
I don't know. I just feel like you wouldn't have to if you know your friends. I don't know.
What would you do if a friend came to you and said, Raven, I know you and Sam are hitting it. Or digging it, but you say you don't like him. I like him. Do you mind if I date him? What are you gonna say?
Well, if I truly don't like the guy, then I would just be like, do you, girl? If I like him, then I would tell her, nah, that ain't gonna work because we're already,
she just said y'all engaged. Y'all in y'all situational
ship.
She didn't
say
engaged. She said y'all hitting it.
That don't mean we engaged.
Not married engaged. I mean engaged
and you really don't care for him because she's your friend and she know this.
Well, first let me just say I'm not a fan of dating friends. Yeah, like what my friend has had, I don't want, and I feel like my friend shouldn't want what I have had. But a lot of people don't mind that. So I think it also just boils down to being truthful. Like I said, if I have a problem with it, I'm going to tell my friend, nah, that ain't going to work for me. I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But if I truly don't have a problem with it, and like you said, you know your friends, go for it, girl. It was never going to work with us anyways.
But
You could be stopping your friend from finding the love of her life. Just because it didn't work with you doesn't mean that it won't work with them.
That's right. I've had a
If
friend
you truly
to tell
don't
me
care.
that, and I told him, Sally Ann likes you, and she wants to know, told her, you can, if you can arrange it, y'all go for it. But it's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. So
Yeah.
I ain't with that shit at all.
What?
And ain't no friend ever came up and told me that.
I mean, I've never had a friend do that.
Play them kind of games.
You had two?
Yeah.
Friends that dated your ex?
They
They didn't date her because it didn't work out. Like if I tell you a joker ain't no good and don't go away, you know me, I'm your friend. You're not gonna believe me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just looking for an outside and just assuming just because I don't go
Well,
for it?
because the thing is, Granny, just because it didn't work for you and he's no good for you, sometimes people change for the person that they want to change for. And then sometimes what you wouldn't put up with, another person would put up with, so
Okay.
it will work.
Okay.
Now, I can't say this. You're saying if somebody came to you and said somebody that you're dealing with now, that's a different scenario. I've had somebody maybe that you dealt with in high school or college, and now at this age, you found out that your friend they met up, they ran into each
Right.
other
That's what I'm
somewhere, and they
saying,
hit it off.
because-
That's totally different.
totally
That's children in adulthood.
Right.
I mean, why would
Or-
your friend want to talk to somebody you're talking to now?
Listen, we worked in the
Now,
office.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
totally
And he was a
different.
recruiter for the Marines. She and I work in the same office. So when I go down to the storage room, he's trying to holler. Okay, I come back, and I'm gonna tell Sergeant, whoever the heck he was, trying to holler. Okay, and I can tell who else come down to that he's trying to holler because we all were young.
He trying to talk to everybody.
I don't know, but the thing that got me, he was fine and everything, and he asked me for a date.
Mm-hmm.
And when I consented to go on a date with him, he said, "Now, okay, you and I get together. I don't go for this, and I don't go for that." I said, "Well, this relationship is over before it gets started." I said, "Because I can't have this kind of." I said, "You can't talk to me. You don't know me like that."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Forget, that you tried to talk to me and forget." I said, "Yes." I said, "We just forget that." I come back and I tell her the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
A month later, she telling me about, he's kind of fine. I kind of like. I said, "Go for it."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They go out on their first date. I never made the first date. He carry her and tells her he want to put her on the corner so that they can buy a house. She like to die. She kind of, who you think I am? You come out
Try to tell.
I try to tell you. You come out the same office I come out of. What part you don't get?
Some people got to see for themselves.
She was flabbergasted. She said, She said, in his position. What position? A recruiter? He's recruiting. Come on, And,
But
and
I'm
she
a
and I
firm
laugh
believer,
about
too.
this to this day.
Y'all should.
I'm a firm believer too. A man will treat a woman one way and treat another woman a different
totally
way.
different way.
I know that.
So that's what I'm
So
saying.
that-
It
I
may
know
work
that
for
be
you,
true.
may
And
not
that's
work
why
for
I
the
told
next
her,
person.
Go for it. See what you
But
get.
I am opposed to, I dated him in elementary school. He off limits. Come on, man.
Yeah, that don't count.
Oh,
What
no.
the heck? Like,
That don't count.
yes. And a lot of people hold on to that,
A lot
though.
of people hold on to that.
Like, oh no, I used to talk to him, and then you back off somebody, then you find out they talked in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Come
Or
on.
either you meet somebody and you don't even know that they dated them back in the day because that wasn't really necessarily your circle or whatever. And then they come to find out that, they, and both people and you cool or whatever, but I didn't know that, y'all dated.
And
So-
now they mad at you, and you don't even know why.
and you
But
don't even know why they mad.
I try not to break up a friendship behind a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody come and go.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
That's not happening. And I do try to make that clear. No, that's not happening.
What if somebody stops a friendship with you because of the person they're with, and then when they're not with the person no more, they come back and want the friendship? Would you be open to that?
if I never drop the friendship, that's fine. But if when I end a friendship, 9 times out of 10 it's ended.
Not you ended it, but they ended it with you.
If I didn't end the friendship with them personally, I'm
then
fine.
you're open to it. That's
But
so big-hearted of you.
I have a big heart, but I have.
I'm okay with that too,
yeah.
to be honest, because I
Yeah.
know that if it was my friend,
Mm-hmm.
like you say, you know your friends. So you learn their love languages or their wants or their needs or how they deal with relationships. And you have some friends that when they get in relationships, that's their world.
They in it.
And that's what they've always wanted. That's nothing else matters but catering to that relationship.
Right.
So if that's that friend, you know that when you talk to her, y'all to catch up, or when it's over, she'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, if you have to seclude yourself or cut off everybody else, it will be over.
It will end. Yeah.
It will end. So you wait patiently and you pray for them and you wish the best for them. And when y'all do catch up, you enjoy those times. But I do feel like they're gonna need you in a little bit because that ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should be able to, when I consider someone a friend, even if we don't talk every day, and maybe this is what you would consider clingy, Granny, I don't know. Even if we don't talk every day, I feel like if I'm in need, or if you're in need, or I just need to talk to you, then I feel like you should just be there. Not you
Of
can't
course
not
you should be.
but not you can't be there because I'm talking to so and so, he don't really like you like that, so I can't talk to you no more, girl. I don't like friends like that.
That's
like
different. That's different.
Hey, if
Again,
I-
my friends are off limits to you. You're not gonna tell me who can be my friend, who cannot be. You're not gonna tell me when I can worship, when I cannot. You're not gonna tell me. Get out of that circle because it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that too. My friends off limit.
You know.
My people off limit. My family's off limit. When the package that comes with me is my family, my kids, my mama, my people that I call friend, and my faith. Those three, and work. Those three off limit. You're not gonna play on my job.
Don't play on my job.
My faith is unshakable. You cannot gonna persuade me by no other God, no other this, no other church. Leave that alone. You're not gonna tell me what I can and cannot do for my children. They grown, don't do this, don't do that. Mind your damn business, and you're not gonna tell me who my friends are and who they not are.
Because you don't have to deal with my friends.
I'm with a lot of things. I'm
You
all
don't have
about
to deal with my friends.
I'm with a lot of
No,
things.
we know.
I'm not.
Why you mess with her? She ain't this.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Get out.
Mind
Because
your
you don't
business.
have anybody. You ain't got no friends.
Mind your business.
Have y'all ever had to cut a friend off because they didn't have, like, they pretty much gave you ultimatums, like, I don't like that you hang out with her. Mm-mm.
No, because like I said, you just don't get invited to the party if you cut too much food.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had friends tell me, we're going to a party this weekend, but because you don't do this and you don't do that, we're not taking you. I don't have no ill feelings about that. I call that
Somebody
respect.
just told me that this weekend,
I
Granny.
figure that respect because I'm not gonna be snorting and drinking and going on. I will be a party pooker, and if y'all don't need a driver home, I don't need to be there. And I respect that.
I'm not
I love
offended
that.
by that either.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I've been told that a many times. You know.
I'm not offended by that either. I think my friends kind of pretty much know me.
Mm-hmm.
And like they'll be like, girl, I don't know how you put up with her, girl. You can have that. I ain't going. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I go and I have a good time with said person or whatever. Or I laughing and talking up with them. If that's what I want to do, if that's what my intent is, and they'll be like, why you keep doing this for? That's none of your business. I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, let's circle back to my original question.
Which was?
What do you all consider a real friend as opposed to a foe, or let's say an associate? Like, what differentiates the two for you all? When you have people in your life, in your circle, how can you say, this is just going to be an associate? When I check on you, we cool, but nah, you haven't made it to this side of the friend page.
My friends and I have a lot in common. First of all, so we like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is important to me. Honesty and integrity is very important to me. I can't take a friend that's a liar. You're not gonna be. If you're a liar, you're not my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty, faith in family, integrity. Gotta have a sense of humor for me to be my friend. But I think those are the basis of what I consider my friends. It's got to have that loyalty. You know, you got to have a fear of God and know who God is. You got to have some integrity, and we just like the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we cut up. We don't take nothing too serious. We not needy and clingy. We're I'm not a friend. I don't have a friend that is a party animal. I don't have a friend that just like to go out all the time. I don't have a friend that hangs out, you know, like that, because that's not what I do. So I guess I don't, you know. So
Well, you know, you have these friends by association, but my thing is, when you said friends that don't, once again, you know your friends. Sometimes I have one that fiddles. I don't know whether they realize it or not, but
They do what?
lie.
Oh.
You know, but the only thing that is major for me is needy and borrowing. I can't help you. Borrowing and neediness, I can't help you. No, we're not going too far.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I can't listen to it. I cannot
I
listen
think
to the
if
same
it's constant,
constantly.
if a friend is in need and it's a once in an occasion or this, that, and the other, that's different. But if it's every time I see you, you
every
need
time
something.
I
Every
see
time I
you.
see you, you broke. Every time I see you, you wanna, you know, I don't.
And you can't pay your way.
Yeah.
I
Child,
you
that
know,
can't pay you away. That take you out the way.
You
from
know
me.
your friends, so
You
I
know
don't
your friend.
I don't
got
have
a
it no
friend I'm
kind.
about to fall out with for $2 cash apps. Every time you turn around, they sending you one midnight, 2:00 in the morning. It's like, okay, you bought the coffee today. I'm gonna get it. I promise you. You know, it's I'm like, girl, stop.
Yeah.
Lord, I just that kind of carrying on. Granny can't take that.
Well, what I consider a real friend as opposed to like an associate is, I think, loyalty, honesty, someone I can be open with, and I just think a safe space. Someone I know that is just, I can be their safe space, they can be my safe space. But when like we talk about dealing with people accordingly, if I feel like I can't ever say anything personal around you, or I feel like I gotta watch what I say because you gonna go back and tell the next person, I just honestly try to stay around you because
I don't like that.
I talk a lot and I'm like a faucet. It's just gonna
it's hard
run.
to be
So
guarded all the
I
time.
can't be guarded. Exactly. I can't be guarded all the time. So if I have to guard myself around you, I don't even know if you fall in the associate pocket. I think you just fall out. That's it.
Yeah, I don't like having to be guarded too. But then I do know that there are some people you got to be guarded around.
And they don't tell it the way it was told. That and I don't like these friends that put you on speakerphone.
Oh.
At my stage, you know, I know they're getting hard of hearing, but
Granny,
every time they
you
talk,
can't say that because all your conversations on
but
speakerphone.
I'm alone.
No, you don't always. Be.
Yeah, yes, I do. And if I'm not, I
Granny.
tell you so.
Remember, you said you can receive it. Receive this, baby.
God, let me receive this.
Honey, you stay on speakerphone no matter
You're
who.
walking, but you're walking the store on speakerphone.
speaker.
Maybe you're not around other people that
No,
know.
even if you're around other people, you be on speakerphone with your phone to your ear. And I'm like, why you even got it right there?
Every time I talk to you two, I'm on
Granny.
speakerphone. If I want to talk about you to her, I'm on speakerphone. So, you know, cut it out.
But we talking about every conversation.
Not every conversation. Today, this morning when you all called.
We told you the situation.
No, you didn't. Someone said, hey, Granny. And then I says, oh, is she in the car with you? No.
This is honestly what happened this morning. we were in both
like
of my
I'm hard
cars.
of hearing,
I was
you know,
in
but
front
I'm
of
a
one car.
senior citizen. Most of my friends
Raven
have
was
to talk
in
on
my truck, and I
speakerphone.
was in the car. I was in one car, she was in the other. You and I was on the phone. The other
they
car
connected
picked up
to the
phone
other
call.
car. I was
And
right
she
behind
was
her.
behind me in traffic.
I'm still
And
on speakerphone, though.
No, you weren't.
Okay,
You
but
weren't on
Granny,
speaker
this
'cause I
is
was
the
in
thing.
car.
This is the thing, though. Whatever flows through me goes to you, goes to her. We all share conversations. It doesn't matter. But you'll be around anybody and just have it on speakerphone.
That's not true.
All right.
But I'm going to receive it.
I don't think you're receiving it,
I'm
though.
receiving it, and I'm going to be, you know, a little more skeptical about it.
Would you like me to call it out when it happens?
You do that, and I'm going to do the same. You do just that, because I am going to receive it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, All right then.
Do
That's
you feel like you have any foes? You feel like you have any enemies or any people that you've just kind of cut off and they dead to you?
I don't know whether they will be foes or not, but I have cut some people off. I mean, totally. And
Dead to you?
dead. I mean, they've been voted off the island, and there is no map to get back.
Mm.
okay. Well then,
But
you
now,
got some
do
foes,
they
boo.
and I don't think these people dislike me. They probably dislike me, but I don't think they hate me.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't hate them, but they are off my island,
Okay.
and I have no ill feelings about it.
I can say that too. I've cut some people off, and to me, I see them and don't see them. They dead to me, but I don't wish them any harm. I wish them well.
Mm-hmm.
I celebrate their successes and their wins. I just don't want them around me, and I don't feel like they have good. I don't feel like they feel the same for me. But I legitimately and genuinely want them to win. Hope they, get.
And I'm not doing that
Yeah.
either.
No,
I'm
no,
not.
I
I'm
do.
not.
I want them
I'm
to
not
win. I
hoping
want
they
everybody
win.
to win.
I'm not hoping they fail. They're just off my and they can come
Right.
directly in front of me. I really don't see them.
Mm.
I do not see them.
See, I can.
They can
speak
sit
and be like,
beside me,
whatever.
and I don't see you. I don't see if they don't say anything to me or touch me. I don't see you. I don't know whether you were there or not. I couldn't even tell you how your
Ooh,
eyeglasses look.
Jesus. Mm.
That's
When I am done, I
crazy.
am totally done. And I don't care. And I can't stand to be by. They can come and stand. I just don't
But
see them.
one thing they say that when you say you're done with somebody and you see them and you can't acknowledge them or you can't be cordial or
You're not done.
that they
Mm-mm.
stir something up in your
Mm-mm.
spirit,
They don't do that
means
either.
you got some unfinished
No,
business.
they don't do that either. I just don't see. They're just not there. They're
Well,
invisible.
Granny, I mean, they're not invisible, so you see them. You're choosing not to see them.
Right.
Well, apparently I go blind because I really do not see them. And
you rather
Okay.
go blind.
I just don't see them. I don't feel any ill feelings toward them. I do not have a reaction to them. They're just not
So let
there.
me ask you this question. Do you have a friend in your lifetime, either one of you, that you're wondering what happened to the friendship or it just fell off and some part of you missed the friendship or a part of you would like to know what happened or what went left or why y'all not friends?
I know what
don't.
happened.
Yeah, all my friendships that are no longer friendships, I know what happened, and I'm not at fault, so I don't worry about it.
I know what happened. So but it is what it is.
Yeah.
My thing is, I just don't want you trying to play in my face and
You're playing in my face. That's a
and
pet
cutting
peeve
the
of
food
mine.
behind,
Ooh.
thinking I don't know what's going on.
Don't do that.
I don't
Don't
like
do
that,
that.
because
Mm-mm.
I can get messy and you want to have fun. Let's have some fun. That's all. Now, if I ignore you and tell and to go ahead
about
on,
your business,
go about
huh?
your business because
Mm.
otherwise, the party is about to get started, and I love a good party.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's me too.
Okay.
I don't think I have a
Mhm.
friendship that is in question. I think that people that know I do them. Those that know I don't know that I don't, but they know that I can be cordial and I will be cordial. But we're gonna be cordial and everybody gonna go about their business. I think that I check out, and when I check out, I'm out. But that don't mean I don't see you. I see you. I see you very well. I see you, and just know that I see you, and
Yeah.
we keep it moving. Do you all have a friend? Let me ask you this question: that you all are no longer friends, but you do have a mutual respect for each other, but you all share some friendship memories, secrets, times that only the two of you shared, that you can respect the fact that you've never heard about it before or haven't heard it anywhere else or it hasn't, and you all have mutual friends and but y'all just fell off, but you can respect the fact that, because I have a friend that was a very good friend of mine like that, and we've had our moment, we had a good time, the friendship really just fizzled, but we share some conversations, some experiences, some thoughts, and this, that, and the other, that I can honestly say the things that I said I like in a friendship, the trust, the loyalty, the this, to that, I've never heard of it, any of it repeated. Whereas, some friends, when y'all fall out, they need sides or favor, or they got to go and tell everybody, well,
Try to blemish your name.
Yeah, blemish your name, or either they want to come out looking like the good person, or come out,
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have that. I have relatives that they have secrets. We have secrets, but they chose not to be friends because of that secret.
Mm.
Not that they're going to tell it. They might think that I'm going to tell it. But I will not tell it.
Mm.
Mm.
And they know that I know the secrets.
Yeah.
But I would never repeat the secrets. And that's my thing with people. People say, well, I don't know why they don't like, because there's something deep down that they know, you know, that they don't want revealed.
Mm.
And as a result, they keep away from you, and they don't get as close to you. Now, they might acknowledge you when they see you and all this kind of carrying on. And in their mind, they're saying, have you told that secret? No, I would never tell that secret.
I think that's just a true testament of how loyal you are
Right.
and how good of a friend you are.
Now, don't push me and say, I won't tell that secret.
You just
Don't
said
push
you would
you.
never
Yeah,
tell
you
I
would
will
them.
never
never.
tell that secret, but sometimes people get a little messy.
Mhm.
Oh,
Don't get
Lord.
messy.
Don't get messy.
Take
okay?
it
All right.
on to Jesus.
Don't get mad.
I
Didn't
save
you
it
say
for
it's some things you get?
I save it for Jesus, because
Okay.
I know He knows,
He already know.
He
and
already
they know.
You come on, my good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
Ah. All right. Well, I hope this episode leaves you feeling good, reevaluating your friendships in your circle. And, just make sure you always have a true friend in your corner. And if you have some foes, what do you think, Gren? They should get rid of them?
No, they got rid of themselves.
They'll get rid of themselves. You heard it from Miss
That's right.
L.
Friendship is
Cut them off
precious.
silently.
True friendship is precious.
Everybody needs a good friend.
Yes.
And a person that doesn't have a good friend, I mean, it says something about you. Everybody needs a friend. I
Mhm.
have several. I've always been a people person, and
Me too. Friendship is precious.
You
And
know.
I always say no new friends, but I'm open for whatever God has for me. But true friendship is precious. It's a gift from God. A true friend is a gift from God. And you should treat it as such. It has to
Yeah,
be reciprocated. In order to get a true friend, you have to know how to be a friend.
I have
So
really
sometimes
good
the
friends.
friendship is not the friend, it's you. So
Mhm.
self-evaluate that as well.
And then you can self-evaluate your friend too. There always has to be a reason for whatever, It just doesn't happen, But
Well,
All right.
until next week, thank you all so much for joining in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We really want to hear your feedback on this episode.
more so on the website. I appreciate your calls, but press that comment button. Okay.
It's been fun. It's been real. Thank you all for joining the 3 Gen podcast. We love you.